All right, hello there. Welcome to the channel. My name is James, and here at 20th and 21st Movies, we are about all things cinema. All right, I'm excited today to share with you my thoughts on a recent release from the Criterion Collection. This is a new 4K Ultra HD edition that came out in November 2024 during the Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion sale during November of 2024. So I'm really excited to have picked up this title. It's spine number 1241 in the Criterion Collection on 4K Ultra HD. It's a 1973 film from Peter Bogdanovich called Paper Moon. Now, this film stars the father-daughter duo of Ryan and Tatum O'Neal, and also stars in a supporting role Madeline Kahn. This is from 1973, and it is a period piece that is set in the 1930s during the Depression era, during the Dust Bowl, and is shot in black and white. So this was my first time seeing this film on this new Criterion Collection edition. So really excited to have had a chance to pick this up during the recent Barnes & Noble sale. Now, I've had my notes for this review completed like weeks ago, but was not able to put out this review until now. But I'm really excited to come on here and share with you my thoughts on this release, what I think about the movie, what I think about how it looks on video. How does this 4K picture look? How does it sound? What are the supplements like? And just overall, whether or not this is worth picking up in an upcoming sale, whether it's a flash sale or a Barnes & Noble sale. Is this a title, Paper Moon, a title that you should consider picking up and adding to your collection? On the other side of this, we will get into it, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's talk about it. As I said, this was my first time seeing Paper Moon, the 1973 Peter Bogdanovich film. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. I've seen a couple of other films from Bogdanovich, such as Targets, which has an excellent Blu-ray edition from Criterion, as well as The Last Picture Show, also available from the Criterion Collection. So many of you out there may be Peter Bogdanovich, fans. You may have seen a lot of his films. So I really want to hear from you all what you think about his movies, and where does a film like Paper Moon, as I hit my microphone, whereas a film like Paper Moon or The Last Picture Show or Targets, how do you sort of rank these films? How do they stack up for you? And what are some of your recommended titles from this, our tour of 70s cinema? So I'm going to pull up some information, but before I pull the information up on PowerPoint, I'm going to read the back of this case here from the Criterion Collection, talking about this film. Paper Moon. Maverick director Peter Bogdanovich affectionately recreates the world of the 1930s Dust Bowl in this beloved, briskly entertaining chronicle of one of cinema's unlikeliest crime sprees. Real-life father and daughter Ryan and Tatum O'Neal, who became the youngest ever Oscar winner for her spark-plugged performance, play off each other with almost musical agility as a Bible-hawking con man and the precocious, recently orphaned tomboy who falls into his care and soon rivals her newfound father figure's skill as a swindler. With period perfect detail, glowing monochrome imagery by cinematographer Laszlo Kovacs, and a memorable supporting cast, including the inimitable Madeline Kahn, Paper Moon is a witty, loving portrait of two natural-born hustlers on a road trip through Depression-era America. Now, I love road trip type movies. This is a wonderful road trip type of a film that I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed. Of course, Peter Bogdanovich is one of the great auteurs of the 1970s. He's known for his deep, deep love of classic Hollywood and his ability overall to channel that love for Hollywood in reverence into fresh, modern storytelling. So coming off the critical and commercial success of The Last Picture Show and What's Up, Doc, Bogdanovich created Paper Moon, and this is a film that really cemented his reputation as a master of tonal balance. It's shot entirely in black and white, and it feels like a product of the 1930s with its stark, textured cinematography and a meticulous period detail. Bogdanovich's direction here is really sharp, it's efficient, and I think deeply human as you look at the way that that Mose, played by Ryan O'Neal, the father figure, and Addie, played by, at the time, 9 or 10-year-old Tatum O'Neal, who played the little girl, just giving you that really deeply human feeling, making the Depression era struggles of his characters feel both timeless and personal. So I just think that Bogdanovich did a really nice job of setting the scene, putting you in that time and place in the 1930s during this Depression Dust Bowl era in Kansas and Missouri, but then also being able to see that world through the eyes of these two characters so beautifully written, and how they beautifully play off of each other. Um, I just think it's absolutely a beautiful job from the director. Now, I am going to share my screen here, a PowerPoint presentation, to get into a little bit more of what I am talking about. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, this is our review. This is Peter Bogdanovich, the director. At the top, you'll see that he is pictured there looking very seriously at us. And then below that picture, you see him in action directing, at the time, the young Tatum O'Neal during the filming of this film, Paper Moon. And of course, you see the on the right there, the theatrical poster there, excuse me. As P.T. Barnum puts it, there's a sucker born every minute. And that's basically what's happening in this film. Is you have Ryan O'Neal, he plays Mose, he's a con man, he's trying to sell Bibles to people under some false pretenses. He basically preys on people who have recently lost a loved one. He'll pretend that that loved one has ordered this Bible, for them before they died. And it's pretty crazy how he goes about swindling people. And then, of course, Addie, follows up as part of the act. She finds out that he's not really that great of a con man, and she actually helps to enhance his game by partnering with him and becoming a good partner in crime during this little father figure, daughter figure crime spree, if you would. Other Bogdanovich titles in the Criterion Collection include, of course, The Last Picture Show, which is available on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray in a separate edition, but also available on Blu-ray in this American Lost and Found, the BBS Story box set. That is how I own The Last Picture Show in the Criterion Collection as part of this BBS set. That's an excellent set of films, including Head, Easy Driver, Five Easy Pieces, Drive, He Said, A Safe Place, and The King of Marvin Gardens. The Last Picture Show is included in that set on Blu-ray, so I have that in the Criterion Collection, as well as Targets on Blu-ray. Now, I don't have the 4K of The Last Picture Show, the separate 4K edition, because I already have this film on 4K as part of the Columbia Classics Collection box set. So that's why I have not picked up the Last Picture Show on 4K from Criterion. But if you don't already have that Columbia box set, and you don't have the BBS Story box set, and you just want to own the Last Picture Show in Criterion, there's a 4K edition available to you. That edition also includes Texasville, so the sequel to the Last Picture Show. So that is something to keep in mind. Of course, Paper Moon's story takes place during the Great Depression era in Kansas and Missouri. And that is, I think, part of the brilliance of Peter Bogdanovich's decision to shoot this film in black and white, to shoot it in this beautiful monochrome photography that Laszlo Kovacs, the cinematographer, was able to lens as part of this film, really putting the landscape and the topography and bringing this time period to life in a very beautiful way, and just making you feel like you're in the 1930s. You're actually experiencing and seeing life as it might have been during that period, and really getting to appreciate the world that Mose and Addie are navigating through during this period. So I think that the black and white photography choice really helps to sell the period piece aspect of this story. Beautiful job by Peter Bogdanovich. You have, of course, Ryan O'Neal, Madeline Kahn, and Tatum O'Neal all starring in this film. It's a great road trip movie. Along the way, you'll have Madeline Kahn's character, join the party. And as they go from place to place, swindling people, selling, these Bibles and just doing all kinds of things to basically turn tricks on people, if you would. And it's just fun to watch Mose and Addie in their adventures together. So, of course, Tatum O'Neal is the youngest person ever to win a competitive Academy Award. She was only 10 years old, and I think that record stands today. And let's play a little bit of the award performance, of the actual award itself.
The ladies nominated for Best Performance in a Supporting Role are Linda Blair for The Exorcist,
Candy Clark for American Graffiti,
Madeline Kahn for Paper Moon,
Tatum O'Neal for Paper Moon,
Sylvia Sidney for Summer Wishes, Winter Dreams. The winner is
Tatum O'Neal.
All I really want to thank is my director, Peter Bogdanovich, and my father. Thank you.
Yeah, so Tatum O'Neal was and of course, this is a Sunday profile. Tatum O'Neal on CBS Sunday Morning. Tatum O'Neal, of course, grew up and of course had some challenges. Ryan O'Neal, and this is something that I was not aware of at all. Was sort of life after this movie, and it's one of those things that when you learn a little bit more about the background in terms of kind of the direction that life took for the O'Neals since this movie, it's a little bit heartbreaking to think about. And it's one of those things where I just kind of want to remember them as they were here in this movie here. I just think it's one of those things that sort of makes you appreciate the innocence of this film all the more and just how beautiful this film is. And I think just the wonderful work that went into producing this amazing story. And I think the fact that they were, of course, father and daughter in real life really helps their bond really come through in this film all the more. So just fantastic film. I really enjoyed this movie. It's my first time seeing it. And it's definitely a film that I want to see again and again and again. I definitely understand why people wanted this film to enter their Criterion Collection, and they have their wish. It's available in 4K Ultra HD, and it looks absolutely beautiful on this 4K disc. So I'll get into the picture quality right now and just tell you, this film looks fantastic. It was scanned in 4K from the original camera negative, and it was beautifully restored and cleaned up. And the results are a beautiful looking black and white picture. It has that beautiful monochrome photography. It is also in Dolby Vision HDR, which I think really helps that grayscale become even more pronounced in terms of really seeing the gradients in the grayscale, and also just appreciating the blacks and the whites in the picture, and those that wonderful contrast with that black and white photography. It just presents a beautiful black and white image overall. So I'm not really big on all the technical terms, only to simply say to you that it looks beautifully clean, beautifully rich in this black and white photography, and it just looks absolutely wonderful on 4K Ultra HD. Beautiful detail. And I just saw nothing wrong or nothing to complain about with respect to the picture quality on this disc. It looks fantastic. It sounds really nice with that uncompressed monaural soundtrack. And so from an overall video and audio perspective, I give high marks for the presentation of this film on 4K Ultra HD. In terms of the supplements, you get some really nice supplements on this disc that I had a chance to experience, including the audio commentary that features Peter Bogdanovich, which is excellent to listen to. You have an introduction to the film by Bogdanovich, and you also have a new video essay from biographer Peter Tonguet on Bogdanovich. You have a 3-part making of documentary featuring Bogdanovich, production designer Polly Platt, and associate producer Frank Marshall, and cinematographer Laszlo Kovacs. So just some wonderful, wonderful features on here that really help you better understand more of the production of this film. And I really, really enjoyed the location scouting footage with audio commentary by Marshall. So they take you back to the locations that they were scouting for this film. And so you see, okay, the locations as they were shot in the movie, but their whole process of figuring out where to, shoot this film. Really, really enjoyed that. You have an excerpt from a 1973 episode of The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson featuring Bogdanovich and actors Ryan and Tatum O'Neal. So that came out during the time of this movie. So it's good to see that. And then, of course, you have a trailer. And then on the inside, on the inside here, you'll see that it is in the form of a cigar box, which is really, really cool, which is definitely a part of the movie. So you have It's Only a Paper Moon, which is super cool. It says on the other side, the Criterion Collection, New York, New York, which is also cool. But then you have inside of here a couple of goodies here. Of course, you have your 4K Ultra HD disc and Blu-ray disc there. And then you've got a couple of items here. This is a postcard to Mose from Addie, which plays a part in the story of this film. On the back, it says photos in 5 minutes. And then you have this beautiful fold out, which has the original theatrical art, which I think is wonderful. And then you have the cast and credits here listed. And then you have a beautiful essay in here called Partners in Crime by Mark Harris. That is wonderful. That talks a lot about Paper Moon, the movie, talks about the Last Picture Show, talks about Peter Bogdanovich, and what he was going for in this black and white cinematography and his influences in film. Just excellent, excellent stuff. Of course, it also talks about the master. So about the master, that it was scanned in 4K from the original camera negative. Just fantastic stuff. This is a very, very nice insert that is included in this set. And I just love the aesthetic of this Digipack edition from the Criterion Collection. It says here, it's only a paper moon, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me. So beautiful, beautiful stuff. And that's part of the wonderful charm of this film. And I just have nothing but high marks to offer for this overall release. It's not an incredibly packed edition from a supplement standpoint, but the supplements do a really nice job of just shedding more light on Peter Bogdanovich, the filmmaker, and the production of this film, and just a little bit of insight into Ryan and Tatum O'Neal during this point in time that this film was made. So overall, I was very satisfied with the supplementary package. And again, like I said, it looks great on 4K Ultra HD. So this edition comes highly, highly recommended based upon the film being really good, that I really enjoyed and definitely want to revisit. Looks amazing on 4K Ultra HD. It's a beautiful black and white film and some very nice supplements that really help to round out your knowledge on Peter Bogdanovich and his films, including how he made this movie, Paper Moon. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on spine number 1241 in the Criterion Collection, Paper Moon. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this movie. Is Paper Moon one of your favorites from Peter Bogdanovich? If you've seen it, what do you think about it? How does it rank for you in terms of Peter Bogdanovich films? Let me know that in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Peace.